Thank you for having me here this evening. I'm going to take you on a journey through my mind. So 2002. Oh, I have a wedding to plan at the Mutart. I need to find a harpist. I wonder who that photographer was that my friend Kim used. I got to figure out how to fit all those guests in one place all at the same time. And I think maybe the moms can cook something. Oh, and I have to send my thesis off to the printers. I have to get it proofread. I wonder who's going to sit on my thesis panel. I hope there's a mining engineer because I want the chemical and mining engineering disciplines on my master's degree. A flotation column for oil sands middlings processing, like you can't go wrong with that technology. We tested it and it worked well. And I have to send in that offer letter. I start my first job in just a few weeks, soon after my thesis defense. I need to remember who I'm going to meet there. I wonder what projects that they'll have me on. I wonder if they'll send me to Fort McMurray. I hope not. I want to stay in Edmonton. 2010. Oh, I'm pregnant again. My second kid is coming. Matthew is only 20 months apart from Katie. I wonder when I should tell my work that I'm pregnant again. It means I can't go into the lab. I wonder if they'll still give me that project that I was hoping for. A lot of things to think about. Oh, now back to planning. Okay, that $6 million pilot plant. Oh yeah, I have to remember to contact the people in Vancouver. They have to get all the apparatus and the specifications right so we can send that up to Fort McMurray for the testing. The sampling's done. We have the operators' schedules. We have the maintenance schedules, shutdown schedules. I think everybody's on board. Wait, a phone call? Hi, Maggie. How's it going? Oh, Wendy and her son died today in a fire. I'm sorry to hear that. What's going to happen to my nephew, BJ? I guess I better figure out when and how to get to the funeral. This makes me very terrible to hear that. 2018. Okay, the divorce is finally processed. I wonder why we thought it was a good idea to buy a larger house. I guess I'm going to have to refigure out the mortgages. I'm glad the kids have made it through all right. They're the most important through all of this. But I have to figure out the finances now. It's just me. I hope that I can make it through the next year. Okay, now back, I need to think about work. I need to plan out my next quarter. I wonder when they're going to take away those 2 other departments that they gave me and said were temporary 2 years ago. I better get into budget planning. Oh, and I need to plan those committee meetings. Everybody needs to know. And Engineers Canada wanted their feedback back last week. Oh, so many things to do. What? Another phone call. Mom had a stroke. She stopped eating. We have to decide what? Okay, everything can wait. I'm coming up there. Life throws at you a lot of things. These were just moments of time in my life. Time is something that I've come to appreciate. So 2002, 2010, 2018, they were all just these moments in time. Since I was little, I've come to appreciate time. It is something that you can't change. You can't slow it down, you can't stop it, you can't rewind it, you can't speed it up. It continues to tick by, and I continue to feel it and hear it. But I know there's only 24 hours in a day and 168 hours in a week. And because of that, I know you have to make every minute count. And in order to do that, you need to plan. You need to think about where you're spending your time and make sure that it's worth it. You need to find time for work. You need to find time for your family life, for your parents, for your friends, and for your kids. And somewhere in there, you have to sleep. As you get older, your responsibility grows, both in your career as well as in your family life, whether that's looking after aging parents, looking after kids, whether it's helping your friends as they go through their own difficult journeys and giving them advice. So how did I get through these times? Understanding that in the bad times that they will pass, and knowing that I can't create, destroy, nor rewind time, but I can buy time, and I can make moments count. Paying someone to clean my house, partnering with somebody on a work project, asking for help from people to look after my kids and building that support network. I also came to the realization that I can't change anybody except myself. Nothing teaches you that more than potty training a child. Nothing teaches you that more than trying to get your kid to do something that they don't want to do. And so I'm a better engineer because of my home life, because what have I had to go through? And when it comes to only changing myself, I know that I can only change my own attitudes, my own behaviors, how I react, and how I feel in certain situations. Unconscious bias is alive everywhere, ingrained into us from experiences that we had growing up. But through self-awareness intentional development and practice, you can change yourself. And because you know yourself, you know how you can handle stress. My stress reliever is the mountains. They give me happiness. I'm spending time in nature, whether it's skiing, camping, fishing, just being out of doors is my stress reliever, and I know that about myself. I used to feel guilty and ashamed and like an imposter, inadequate, and that I let a lot of people down by not saying yes to everything. But like an airplane, you have to take care of yourself first before you can help anyone else. You need to learn how to take it easy on yourself. I've also found that you need an ability to ask for forgiveness. Saying that I'm wrong and has given me an humbleness and authenticity that allows me to build and strengthen the relationships that I have, even with myself. I make mistakes and have fears and insecurities, but admitting these when they are a factor is important. Creating these partnerships and coming to a better place. The next piece of advice I want to give you is that no one knows what you're thinking and feeling. So you have to be able to articulate it. You have to be able to explain your own attitudes and behaviors and why something upsets you. And through that, you can come to a better place where you can move forward on your journey together. The last piece of advice that I want to share for you is that you need to share your story. Because it gives a chance and it creates hope to other people. It gives the hope that they're not alone and not the only ones who have gone through this. So I hope next International Women's Day that it is you up here sharing your story for the rest of us and creating hope for everyone. Thank you for your time.